Yeah, man, people, welcome back, welcome back. You don't know out here again a match day preview. Yeah, you don't know. Look later from now at the big bad game in an AT&T Stadium, the Panamanian and the Carmen Los Caleneros versus Jamaica national team, the Reggae Boys. Yeah, but look, man, I'm anticipated to see this game. It's going to be a really tough game. Yeah, it's going to test where our qualities are. When we played Central American team, we just lost against the US just a few days ago, in that crucial semi-final game. A game that, many Reggae Boys fans all over the world said, yo, we should have won that game, yeah? But, many obstacles was in that way, and, a lot of things happen, even, that stoppage time thing. Yeah, I don't really want it dwell in that, but it just hurt. It just hurt. It hurt bad, man, I like. Look, at the first time today Sunday, I'm kind of fully, I would say fully, but probably 90% recovered, from that one in loss. I don't think I can get over it as yet, but it's a tough one. It's just a tough loss. Yeah. I have never experienced anything like that before, supporting the Reggae Boys team. I have never experienced anything like that, but as I said, want to get over that as soon as possible, as quickly as possible, because there's bigger issues ahead. Yeah, bigger games ahead of us, really want to get into, and it start from this Panama game. Yeah, the Los Caleneros, they going to come out in the Red Army. Yeah, the Panama Canal is out later. But look, want to get in, over the previous fixtures, our record against Panama team, it's not impressive, cause you probably can start back to around 2013, yeah, head to head, where we drew a game. It was that, I think it was a World Cup qualifier game at the National Stadium where we drew 1-1. You know, I think we got a 0-0. Let me take a quick look, but I think we got a 0-0 draw with them. After that, in the return leg, but we lost 2-0. We lost 2-0 back to back, but that big victory that we got, our first knockout round victory over the Panama national team. Oh, remember that Darren Matak's penalty kick when he came on the pitch? I think he just came on, and it was a little bit a hassling on how to take the penalty, but the man said, "Yo, I need a penalty," and he stepped up and he buried the ball in the back of the net. And we move on from there, from the quarterfinal, and go on to the semi-final. But not many impressive head-to-head against the Panama team. Remember when that COVID, when they fixed us proper at the National Stadium, when we brought in so many new faces. Yeah, it was a poor game. But look, Thomas Christiansen have been there for what, 4 years now. So he has cement his root in this Los Calineros team, and you have to applaud the man. You have to applaud the man of what was happening with this Panama team. A lot of big players were going out. The team was aged. So you could see that he have taken his team up and retransferred them. Bringing some young players in, and now they look well settled. And I want to take it back, with the Panama semi-final against the Mexico. That game. I don't know what happened in that game, but the both teams kind of lack intensity, I lack a little bit of energy, but the belief was still there for Los Calineros. But it's still a tough team, and that was the very first time the Panama national team have come up against a Mexico team any level, yeah, and dominate the game like that in terms of statistics. The Panama team, let me give you some stats about that. The game that Panama played against Mexico. I give you the stats right now. They have dominate. They have 59 ball possession. Yeah, total shots 18-6. Yeah, 18-6. And I have a few more. Let's go down here. Accurate passing. Yeah, the Panama team have made 81% of accurate pass, and it's 340 accurate pass, and the Mexico national team made 220. So you could see that, and in their own half, yeah, in their own half, they have made 185 passes in their own half, and in the opposition half, which is Mexico half, they have made 155. And you know 185 to Panama in their own half, 129 passes, for the Mexico national team in their own half, and Mexico only have 91 passes into the Panamanian defensive third, and Panama have 155, so it almost double. So he probably around 60% more of the ball in the attacking third, over the Mexico national team. But look, we know how this Panama team going to come up. We know how they're going to play. We know how they're going to transition the ball, from the back three to the midfield to I'm going to get there soon and get the ball out there on the wing. But as I said, it was a big surprising for me in that starting 11, for the Panama national team against Mexico. One player that I saw, that sit out on the bench, and it was Eric Davis, the man that who got 3 assists in the Gold Cup last season for the Los Calineros. He was the best left back in the Gold Cup last summer, and Barcenas, the 30-year-old, he got an injury in the 17th minute, and the whole of that time, the first 17 minutes after the first half, Mexico was right in it. Mexico was, controlling the position of the ball, it was controlling the tempo of the game. But as soon as Eric Davis came on the pitch, it's like the Mexico national team, it's like they just got pushed back more and more, and the Panama team is like a breath of fresh air, because look, this is the side where they attack fluently through. They attack on both flanks, but Eric Davis, he is the outlet on that left hand side. He is a left wing back, and he's playing at a back three where he's going to be covered. So you have all the license from Thomas Christiansen to go forward. So seeing that, in that Mexico game, we're going to have to deal with that. Our right side, defensive side, going to have to deal with that, and all the midfielders going to have to help out on that left hand side, for the Panama coming down our right hand side. But I expect, a few players also did out, I think Murillo, the right back, the man that who played most of the Gold Cup last summer at right back, Welch, attacking player, both players are injured, and now Barcenas is in it. So, you might find a couple, in and out, and I know that Eric Davis will come in the team. As I said, Barcenas out injured in the semi-final against Mexico, and maybe he will go with Martinez in the midfield over Godoy, or he will go back with his 2 men that he trusted to play that double pivot, Carrasquilla, and Godoy, as they really, really played very well against, the L3 in that semi-final. But I expect probably 1 or 2 changes, into that team. But others from that, Fajardo in the number 9, Ishmael Diaz, maybe you will see the veteran Quintero come on in the starting lineup. Blackman, the man that played at right back in that game, and you would find Cordoba, Escobar, and I think Andre in that back three, and Mosquera, the goalkeeper in the goal. So I think they will go full strength, but expect 1 or 2 changes going to that game. As I said, Eric Davis will come in as the left back is out injured. Barcenas, not really a left back, but a very utility man, and look, this is a game that we want to win. This is a game that we want to prove our depth of squad. This is a game that we want to prove our qualities, because the Panama team have gone to the World Cup previously already. So Central American team, head-to-head is not good right now, and it's just going to prove where our team is at, and we want to prove to the Panama team that we are better, and on paper we have better qualities. I can repeat it, qualities, and in our disposal to attack any team in the Concacaf region. And but what this team is been doing, what this team has been doing, man, they have been well organized, they have been well structured. Coach Jaime Grimson have spoke about Thomas Christiansen, that it's been a massive work, for the Danish. You have known him personally, he's from the Scandinavia area, Denmark, so little resource that he got. So I'm just wondering if Coach Al Grimson can peep over the fence a little bit to see what the Panamanian national team is doing at Christiansen, what type of resource they are giving him that the Reggae Boys are not giving Coach Al Grimson. So you can go on a lot of roads and see why things are not really structured. But you have to say, man, big up to Thomas Christiansen. But big news is that Bowser and Demari Gray should be back in the starting level. Let's see if they're going to start. But my point of view, I think they will start fresh legs, looking at that team losing against the US 3-1 in the semi-final. So I'm expecting to see both players get get right back into the starting lineup, and it will sense and create a lot of danger. Look, I would love to see the team go back with a back three. To be honest, I want to see them played with a team in Central America like Panama team who is very good. Their philosophy is 3-5-2, 3-4-3, whatever it is, and it's all it's all we're going to transition the ball again from the back, but I don't think we will get more opportunities on the ball. Look, the American, they have gave us a little bit of time on the ball. You know, they kind of surprised of how we dealt with that. We kind of play the ball a little bit more safer, but the Panama team, they will be a little bit more aggressive on their front foot. They will want the ball as usual. You saw that game in the semi-final how they dominate the Mexican national team, especially in the middle of the park, and it it's nothing new. It won't be strange. It won't be hard if we go with two central midfielders as the Panama team. Then they will go with two central midfielders. They will go with two double pivots. As I said, Carrasquilla, Godoy, Godoy will give way for Martinez to come in, but that's naturally how they played with two number 10 rotating in that attacking third and playing right behind Farada. So then I think our 3-5-2, our 3-4-3 will match up with them. We have athleticism in our team. We're very strong, we're very powerful, and it's how we going to deal with that aggressive presence. And again, Damian Lowe, I would love to see Damian Lowe in the midfield. Just to playing up against some very quality technical players. Who want to be on the ball. Who want to create. And if we can stop that, from the Panama national team, we have a lot of chance. Yeah, and again, just like we close out Boligun in that game. Yeah, he only got a sniff in that first half, nothing else. And Boligun and Farhado, yeah, the man that play in the number 9 position for Panama, it's kind of similar. They want to run off the shoulders. They want to run in channels. They want to spin the defenders and get the ball in behind where they can finish and run the channels. But he will come up against a back three. Hopefully it's a back three, and he will have just too much players to beat. And at times I know we're going to sit deep in this game. We're going to be a little bit more defensive, watching how the Panama team come at us. And he will never find much spaces in behind our back three. So I don't think should worry about much about Fahad. He's not a player that's going to drop too deep. Yeah, he's not a player that is a target man. He's not tall. He's not strong enough. When we have a player like Hector, Deshaun Bernard, players that's really strong. Lati Body is very aggressive. You call him like a pit bull. But let's see what's going to happen. Let's see what's going to happen, man. But where else I can move? But yeah, my starting lineup will probably be Joel Latibodier, Hector, Deshaun Bernard in the back three. Blake going to start. Yeah, Blake will start in that goal. Even though the coach said he will make a few changes, fresh legs, but I would just love to see us play our strongest unit in that game. Yeah, we want to see us play our strongest team going to a very good Panama team. And in the middle, I will probably play Damian Lowe in that 6 and play Casey Palmer with him. Someone that can get on the ball, someone that can twist and turn, someone that can create, someone that can really be comfortable in a run with Damian Lowe. Whenever he win the ball, he's always there right beside him. Probably no more than 10 yards, so he can give him the ball and turn and beat the press. And Damian Lowe can show his aggressive and his power in that midfield coming up against Carrasquilla and Godoy. And the wing back, I will give Dexter a break. As that second half in that extra time. In that second half of extra time, he looked drained. I remember at one time he was trying to throw the ball, and oh my god, he barely could pick up the ball. So I would probably go with a utility man at right back. Bobby Reed. I've played right back a numerous times for the Fulham team, and I will go with Gregley. Gregley, his stamina is so superb. He's so strong. Yeah, he's one of our well balanced fullback. Someone that really comfortable attacking and someone that's really know to do his defensive work. So Bobby Reed will come up against Eric Davis. They will always push up on that left hand side, and there will always be room. So maybe you want to have that cutting edge, of that attacking third. Let that player, zone in their defensive third and get in behind, and try to drag out one of their back three to come wide whenever Eric Diaz drift forward. So it can work. So yeah, I would probably play Bobby Reed just to play our strongest players, our strongest team up against a Panama team. Show them that we are better than them. Want to prove something that the Reggae Boys is getting there. Yeah, we're coming at them. And I will play Ronaldo Cephas. Yeah, I will play Ronaldo Cephas. In that right hand side again. Why I will play Ronaldo Cephas on that right hand side again? You will have a lot of room. You will have a lot of room down that left hand, down that for that left hand side on the Panama team. So Ronaldo Cephas played and coming up against Eric Davis. He saw what he do to Joe Scally. He run him shredded until they have to take him off for the start of the second half. And Demar Gray will come in and play that left hand side. And Blackman on that right side, for Panama national team. I hope I'm pronouncing his name right. Is it Blackman? But yeah, he's not so attacking like Eric Davis on that left hand side for Panama. But he somewhat will attack. But Demar Gray can take on 1v1 against any opponent in the Concacaf. He's one of the better player and deal with 1v1 coming up against any fullback in the Concacaf region. So yeah. And then the man who is from Rima, Trenchtown, Big Bowser, will start in that number 9 for me. Yeah, that will be my starting lineup. That will be my starting lineup. I would love for that team to start just to play our best. Daniel Johnson again can come off the bench. As you know, he's still not really playing a whole lot of football. But you could see that his presence in the second half when he came on, for Jamalo. Just to be on the ball, want to be on the ball, his presence in the midfield, and I think probably 25 minutes, 30 minutes into the second half, he can shows that his quality on the pitch. So I don't think he's really fully match fit, as he's not playing a whole lot of football for Stoke City. Look, Kieran Anderson, he looked really good on the ball. He brought a lot of energy in that midfield. Again, someone that want to be on the ball, very young, want to prove to Coach Algrim that he worth being starting in games, for the Reggae Boys. He has a quality, but again, I will bring him off the bench just to play our more experienced player who have been playing, in the regions against the Central American team, so they know what to expect. But yeah, again, take time, integrated Kieran Anderson in the midfield will take time, work for us. He's a very good player, and I think he's one for the future. Nothing probably less than a few years before, he's ready to really start in big games against Central American teams. So that's it. That's it for me. Probably Romario Williams and all these guys can get in, but let's see how this game going to pan out. But yeah, man, that's it for my little preview, my match starting lineup. Hope we can get third place and show the Concacaf that this Reggae Boys team is not a fluke performance against the US. Look, we performed well, in that Nations League, in that group stage, a game that we should have gone through when we drew 2-2 at Azteca. We should have get a more positive point out of that game to go through the next round. And you will say another performance again in the Gold Cup, 1-1 against the US, but during that Gold Cup, it's kind of off, but I think the 3-4-3 or the 3-5-2 can work going forward. And since we having issues at right back, Bobby Reed can fix that problem for us, as he's a very hard-working player. He can play alongside here, rotating with Dexter Lembesika, as we're going to need depth. We're going to need depth in the squad, man. We're going to need depth in the squad. So it's how we bring players in and out and utilize them in the right formation and use the right system. So look, that's it for the preview. Bless up to everyone that's always passing through. You know what to do already after you're leaving. Bless up everyone. Thanks for watching. This is Nicardo Media House. I'm out. Salute.